everybody. Hopefully you are hearing us here. We've had some hiccups streaming in Wizard and Pirate in the past, but hopefully today, none of that. If you're seeing the stream and not listening to us recorded, Christina and I are in Empyrea, where I certainly don't belong. And you're pretty close to being able to make this trip, right?
I'm hearing about 25% of what you're saying.
Oh, no!
But we are standing in aerial shores of Empyrea. I am still in Mirage. I just got done doing a dungeon of being in a deep freezer. And believe it or not, the princess was in the castle. Now, Jack Shadowblood wants to know if there's any problem with the show.
I don't know.
Does it not sound? I mean, because we got our crew that tells us when it doesn't sound.
Yeah, nobody in the chat room has told me that that there's no audio. So, you know, God willing and the creek don't rise, there is indeed audio. Yep, Edward says he hears us. Also, hi, Edward.
Hi, Edward. Great event. Very good event.
It really was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's zip around and look at stuff in Empyrea for a minute before we go on and talk about the news and everything. I want to walk around and look at this place. I never get to go and look at, like, New Worlds because I'm, like, 3 worlds back. So I am kind of looking forward to getting to have a peek as we wander about.
Well, I just want to know how you like my hat.
Hold on, let's see. I'll come look at your hat. Is it made of newspaper?
Tinfoil.
Is it tinfoil? Oh, it is tinfoil. That's very funny.
My tinfoil hat. Finally, the tinfoil hat has worked, and I have received transmissions from the center. So, I got this outfit from Eloise. It has no stats or anything.
Right.
So it's supposed to have a bit of a Star Trek theme. And here's the funny thing: I went to the dye shop, and it wouldn't let me pick red as the base.
Uh-huh.
So I can't be a red shirt. Get it?
I can't. I do. Yes,
Star
that's
Trek.
very clever.
Star Trek, red shirt. Very good. Yeah, very good. So anyway, let's run around, and I even left Lord Bentley behind, so that we can just run around and focus.
Cool. That sounds good. I do want to look around. I want to look at the area. I really like the rain. I think that's a really cool effect. We're seeing more and more humans in Wizard 101, and that pleases me. That, there's more people that we are running into, and not just, the regular anthropomorphic animals and robots and such. Although...
Occupy Spiral?
Yeah. I think it's nice to see
Oh
people.
My gosh.
That's the one I was talking about.
Look right at this tune. No, look at the girl with this tune, Volantis, with the, she looks like...
Oh, yeah.
The character model from Clone Wars with the 2 big floppy things in the back. Now, of course...
Yeah, she does. It's
cute, this looks just like a Sokka.
That is a Twi'lek. Twi'lek are a species in the Star Wars universe. But yeah, she does look a lot like a Twi'lek now that you mention it.
Of course she does. Now this Celestia.
There's a pink one over here wandering around of the same race who she's got a little bit of an attitude in her walk. You should see this.
Yes. Wow, she does. Wow, she reminds me I used to play in Second Life, actually.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So so here we have one of Mulinda's long lost relatives. I think it's one of her elders on her
Oh,
costume.
yeah.
All right, who's this cat? Get it? It's a dwarf.
Did.
Steve.
I love it. I love his beard, too. At first, I thought the head of his hammer there was like a Stein. And that would have been fantastic. But it's good that it's a hammer, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it would have pleased me if it was a Stein. Yep.
This has probably occurred to millions of people before tonight. What if the next game we could play some of these races?
I think it would be great. I think it would be really cool if there was a racially diverse MMO in which you could, play some of those different races.
Well, there's all this talk about Heroes 101. Hero 101.
Yeah, I remember we had that
maybe
discussion.
They'll do. Yeah, maybe that's what it'll be. You can play these different races.
That would be pretty cool.
That guy, I don't know. That guy I don't know at first, and I know I'm wrong, but that guy gave me a super weird Invader Zim vibe.
An Invader Zim vibe? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Did he
I
sing
don't know.
the
It's
Doom
like when
song?
I walked up to him, I don't know. I don't know. It's like I just started hearing the strains of it, and it guy. Oh wait, that's a player. Sorry. Oh, she's wearing a super cute outfit though. Oh. Oh, all right. Yeah, there's a person you got to talk to.
Yeah.
All right. I visited him earlier. You can buy crafting recipes from this guy. To have already completed the revered crafting level.
I was going to say, none of them here are things that I can make. They are all read to me.
Yeah. I think that in order for you to get to that level of crafting, in every other MMO in the world just shut down, and also all console games, and then maybe.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Doesn't seem like your thing.
Well, I enjoy it in WoW, and I like it a lot in Lotro. But yeah,
well, the difference.
Go ahead.
No, it's just in Wizard. I mean, I hate to say it, is so far behind the level you are that it's not very. Now I like it. Well, I just like crafting in Wizard anyway. But I have done a lot of gear that's really good at level. But like I said, in WoW, it's sort of fruitless because by the time you get to the point where you can make that gear, you're getting better stuff from end game content. So why would you do it?
Right.
And a lot of the best stuff you can craft in WoW and Guild Wars 2, you can't sell. So if you're getting better stuff, I don't know. What was I thinking? But I mean, I love the housing crafting in Wizard 101. I've done a lot of ambitious stuff. I've not done the Celestial Observatory, which you have. So I do have that on me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But look at another dwarf. A red-headed dwarf.
Yeah, I like her.
Looks a bit like Granny Bacon. With that red hair and
maybe
those
she's a young Granny Bacon.
Maybe, yeah.
She's Granny Bacon in her youth.
No, she's a cutie. Yeah. If there were female dwarves in Lotro, I would totally be a female dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless I love my Hobbit, but the dwarves housing is.
Well, I think the starting area for Empyrea is really cool, and I kind of wish I could do more here. And I certainly can't, but I do wish I could get into it a little bit. I think that the starting area has a really captivating look to it, and I really like the rain. The rain effect is very well done. That is something that I would not have thought this engine capable of.
When you're running through here, there's something labeled pork, And the first time I thought it said dork. And I was like, when did Wizards start letting people name themselves dork? And how can I get Steven's Toon name changed to that?
Yeah.
And that'd be funny. So, but yeah, I mean, next show we can port in and show people some bosses and stuff if you want. I'm not going to promise to be in Empyrea anytime soon. Money over the holidays, so it's only like 20 hours a week, but still, there's no way I'm going to be able to, plow my way through Mirage solo. I mean, there are tons of people who would help me, but that never really schedule one.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of offers for folks to help me with Chrysalis, but yeah, it's hard to make schedules work. So
especially across all of our time zones.
Right, exactly. We're gonna stay in Empyrea while we do the rest of the show, but let's get started with things. Like, we have a bunch of information about Empyrea, and we were real careful to make sure it was spoiler free. So that is all you, Chris.
That is all me. All right, I'm running
up
next to you in Nowhere Village.
Okay.
All right. Well, you stay there. Let's see what Christina does in my absence.
Okay.
Hopefully she doesn't flirt with anyone. I've asked her to stop flirting with Steven. She's not very good. All right. So we are going to give you some spoiler-free story context for Empyrea. Spider believes that Mallory, who you meet in Polaris, is the key to unlocking his chaos heart from its ancient bonds in the storm-shrouded world of Empyrea. The center of the spiral, Empyrea, was painstakingly created by Raven to keep the chaos heart safe and Spider out, designed to keep pretty much everyone out. The chaos heart sits at the center of Empyrea, secured by paradox chains, and serves as the anchor point to a world comprised of disparate lands inhabited by diverse beings. Raven enveloped Empyrea in a violent storm, the likes of which even she cannot pass or see through. That was probably a little too effective. That's like locking your favorite piece of jewelry in a box and then swallowing the key.
Yeah.
But Raven has known from the beginning that Spider reclaiming his chaos heart would spell an end to the spiral she lovingly created. So I think what we're saying here is that basically Raven is the goddess of the spiral, which makes KI a super awesome feminist game. However, the brilliant minds of the Arcanum have a plan. Well, more specifically, they have a wizard. Once the proper travel accommodations are secured, the wizard sets out with a simple list of objectives. 1, reach Empyrea. 2, save Mallory. 3, save the spiral. Players who have completed the quest Lost and Found at the end of Mirage and who have reached level 120 can go speak to Fitzhume in the Arcanum to get the quest Baba Boohooey. Yes, that is a Howard Stern pun. Thank you all very much. Never in a million years thought that no. All right, if you're a Crowns player, Empyrea Part 1, which is what came out today, contains 3 separate premium zones priced at 1,995 crowns each. So, wait, those who adventure through Part 1, characters can now increase their total levels to 125, and a training point will be awarded at 125. Zeke has a new quest with a pun referencing an extremely overrated band from the 1990s. And Eloise has a quest and new stitchable gear in the Empyrea style, which, like I said, there's that one that you can't dye the shirt red, which I find funny. Wizards who are level 121 plus will now have a maximum gold allowance of $5,000. And of course, with the new world comes drops of higher level equipment. And something that intrigued me a great deal, the Beastman Fight Club Gauntlet. This is a side quest encounter, and KI says it is our hardest content to date. So this sort of reminds me of there's a optional side quest in Tomb of Storms back in Krakatopia, and you go in and you rescue these guys who've been kept under the spell of a bad guy and this huge long thing. And I remember back when I found that, I only played with crowns, and I thought it was required, and I spent like 1,200 crowns to unlock it. I was like almost in tears when I realized it was a side quest. Not that it wasn't really fun, but it was also really that level. And really, really difficult. Is probably Kensington Park at the time was sort of comparable. Briskby's Tower, and then the warehouse, and obviously now I don't know if Darkmoor is the hardest thing, but it certainly is probably the most obnoxious. So this is sort of it. This is the new encounter for people to beat and farm endlessly until they want to pluck their eyelash. So there is a known issue with the loot from this encounter. Okay, I promise soon. Stay tuned. Really, don't go in there until the loot table is fixed, unless you just, unless you really are just jonesing to pluck your eyelashes out. That's my advice. I don't know. There are new shadow spells. I tried to train one today, and the NBC actually laughed at me and said, "Go away, Christina," which I thought was extremely rude. There is a new crafting level. We discussed this briefly, Revered. And they're having some new benefits for members being rolled out over the course of the next few weeks or month. As of today, though, it says everybody has bank spaces. Now, I'm not sure if they meant that was members or if it's everyone. So if anybody knows the answer to that, is it members only get 150 bank spaces, or is it Crowns players too? There's an elixir in the Crown shop that will boost your backpack by 50 spaces with each purchase. Now, I'm sure, non-members can buy that elixir.
I just used one.
And I'm not sure. So, God, the amount of time I spend waiting for you to get crap out of your backpack. I could probably be done Mirage by now.
That's very possible.
I'm so happy about this.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure if there's a cap on the maximum number of spaces you can add. Just for example, there's that bric-a-brac elixir that you can use at your house to add how many inside and outside. And I think right now the maximum is 300 or 350. Because I'm always bumping up against the cap at my ice house. Because I'm always trying to add more holiday daisies because I have a problem and need an intervention. So I don't know, if you get up to 300 backpack spaces, we'll be like, no, stop. No, your backpack's too heavy to carry. Or maybe you can do 1,000 spaces in your backpack as long as you're willing to buy the crowns and spend the money. I have no idea. But I think it's great. I already bought one. It was very nice. There are some spell deck changes. So again, now we're back into just the general gameplay, not members only. Now, you're going to have to read these for yourself because I don't completely understand them. I mean, they worked really hard on improving the deck. I don't know, maybe between Pepsis when One thing I was really pleased about is that we're going to be able to sort treasure cards by school. I've always found it really obnoxious that you can't sort them by school. But then I had a hard time finding the treasure cards. There used to be a tab across the top for your treasure cards. There was first tab on the left was all your spells, and then it had an icon for each school alphabetically, and then treasure cards. I'm sorry, it wasn't really alphabetically because Astral was added when that came out, and then Shadow was added physically next to that, and then it was treasure cards, and now it's gone. Well, it's not gone. It's just a little tiny button in the upper left-hand corner of your deck interface. So it doesn't have its own tab like Monstrology and Shadow Spells and all of that. It's a little teeny tiny icon for an old lady anyway. But it's there, it's cool, and you can sort your treasure cards. I also found you can quick sell treasure cards, which for all I know you've been able to do for years, but you can, and I was very pleased about that. So there are Monstrology updates. Let me backtrack a little bit. One cool thing I noticed in the deck changes that I understood was there's the ability to just copy your deck setup to a new deck. So if you get a new deck, and equip it, you can say, hey, everything I had in the old deck, just put in this one just the way it is. So you don't have to go back and forth and try to remember exactly what worked for you. Okay, so there are astrology updates. There are new dropped spells. I know the lore master in the library of Dragonspire has new spells to drop, but there are also new opportunities to craft drop spells, which I think is a very fair thing for KI because really not all of us have the time or patience to farm. And that lore master spell is a real pain in the neck in PvP, so it's nice to give everybody an option to have it. And this is fascinating. It was sort of buried in the test realm update notes. They doubled the amount of arena tickets that you earn during the pet derby.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I knew you would. The Mythos is going to have even more awesome stuff. So I think there's a lot of people who might be willing to put more time into it, more time into the pet derby and getting matches and stuff when you're going to be getting those rewards so much more quickly. This will take a minute to process, but there is a new option to lock your realm. And this is really important because they've actually made a change. So you might get shifted to a more populated realm when you're logged into the game. So to avoid this, you want to make sure you stay in the realm you're in. You can lock your realm. You go into the options menu, and across the top it has all these, sound things and chat options, and then there's something called gameplay options, and it looks like a little joystick, and there are 3 of them now. Gameplay options 1, 2, and gameplay options 3, and in there you have the choice to lock your realm so you won't be bumped to a more populated one. Pardon me. They said what they call some bug fixes and quality of life changes, which again I'll let you come through that trivia yourself. There are a few treasure cards that are, and actually this list, I think it's about 12 or 15. So I think that's exciting, but I'm not going to read off the list to you because I don't want to be boring. And they've made, I guess maybe Miss Grammar, the grammar girl came along and slapped some wrists with a ruler because they fixed some grammar problems. They've made some minor grammatical changes. I've always seen a lot more of those in Pirate than Wizard anyway. So to celebrate the opening of Empyrea, and we'll make sure there was a lot to put into the Brinks truck when they back it up tonight. They added new things in the crown shop. There is a beastling pet, which I'm assuming is a balance pet because it comes with 2 balance blades. I took a quick look around today. I haven't been able to get any of the talents that might manifest. I took some screenshots of it and sent it to somebody on Twitter, but I didn't even stop to take notice of its maximum pedigree. So cute. I mean, it's not triple cute, but it's cute. There is something called a cephalopod racer mount, which looks like a creature from Celestia turned 90 degrees and swimming through with you on the back. There's a set with a minimum level requirement. I'm assuming it's 120. And a dwarven wand, which looks like a crossbow. I gotta tell you, I really was not impressed by the dwarven attire. I mean, not so much the spells. I didn't really look at them, but it wasn't really all that cute. I'm really sorry, KI. I mean, I don't actually normally say that very often. The looks of the gear didn't bowl me over, but I guess maybe because I just love all dwarven stuff so much that I was a little surprised. It was kind of blah. So, and of course, that previously mentioned backpack expansion elixir is new in the crown shop. And that is my, terrible casual player who's still in Mirage update of what to look for in Empyrea.
I just pulled the dwarven attire up from the crown shop. You're right. I'm not feeling that either. That's sort of plain and not very interesting. That's a shame.
Okay, yeah. But, I mean, before, what's our internet connection? Maybe we shouldn't say too much else. I don't know. We're not calling it ugly. We're just saying,
Yeah. Hey, let's give something away now. I feel like giving a little
Oh my
something
gosh.
away. I'm in the mood
Little
to
something,
give
something.
something away. Right now, we are going to to celebrate Pirate 101's birth-a-ween. If you weren't familiar, Pirate 101 had its birthday last month, and we got a bunch of stuff left over to give away. We are going to give away 1,000 crowns plus a Pirate 101 Vorpal Bunny to someone that I choose at random in just a moment. Chris, I am buried in devices right now. I have like my tablet in one hand, my phone in another, and then my laptop and my computer. I got devices all over the place. More importantly, though, the winner of that is Michael Wildflame. Michael, I will send you a code here in just a moment, and hopefully you will enjoy that. And at the very least, there are some crowns there, and crowns are never, ever, ever, ever bad. We are gonna get on here. I'm sorry, go on.
Well, I just wanted to let you know now it's 15% of what you're saying, and it's garbled and weird. So I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's one of your devices. Actually, I'm just being a smarty pants about that. I
Well,
wanted to tell you something I was really hoping they would have in the crown shop, but they did.
yeah, what was that?
Well, for a wand skin, maybe a little communicator.
That would have
Star
been
Trek.
cool. That would have been cool. I agree. That would have been neat.
Or you know how they have some of the wands that are like crystals that you sort of hold in your hand, like that skull I had last week?
Yeah.
What about one that looked like a little hologram that Princess Leia appeared?
I love that
Just
idea.
saying.
I think that's great.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do, because now it's my job to edit the show again. You think everything I say is awesome now. Oh, I need the biggest box of chocolate for Christmas.
Here we go. Let's see if this is going to work. Having a little trouble with what's it called here with Twitch wanting to.
Oh, there's a new mount right in front of you.
Yeah, the cephalopod
Somebody's
racer.
talking to. That's not polite. I don't want you. Don't show me that. It's rude. It's like when my cat walks up, puts the backside of my face. I'm turning my back to that very rude mount. You see all the smoke that Christina's belching into this new world?
I did see
She's
that,
boldly
yes.
polluting where no one has polluted before.
All right. Let's see if I can get Twitch to work properly here, because I don't want to forget that I need to get this sent off to Michael before we press on. That just wouldn't be good at all.
Listen, I know, but I also have faith in Michael, whoever he is, to not let us forget.
I imagine that you're right. I imagine that he would make sure that we remember. All right. Michael, I'm going to have to save that until the end of the show here. If you aren't able to stick around, I will get it sent to you in Twitch. All right.
All right.
Let's go ahead and move on.
Dead air.
We don't have a whole lot of news that is from outside of the spiral. There's really just one thing. Blizzard had their annual festival of Blizzardness, and that's BlizzCon last week. I went over and I kind of hit the high notes on it, so I'll go through those real quick. The new World of Warcraft expansion is going to be called Battle for Azeroth, and World of Warcraft is going to be opening classic servers, which is essentially WoW as it was when it was first released. A lot of people are really excited about that, and then there's people like me that, now, I don't know, I could sort of give or take that. There's a new support hero in Overwatch named Moira, and new skins will appear in Overwatch loot boxes. And there is a new Overwatch map called the Blizzard Theme Park, which is sort of like a Blizzard Disneyland, except you have Overwatch battles in it. Heroes of the Storm is adding Hanzo from Overwatch and Alexstrasza from World of Warcraft to its big, huge list of MOBA heroes. The next Hearthstone expansion is called Kobolds and Catacombs, and they're adding a free single-player Hearthstone mode called Dungeon Run. This next one was one...
Really? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I'm so excited about that. That's going to be fun. All right. Good.
The next bit of news was one that I was really surprised about, and that is that StarCraft 2 is going to be free to play. That was, a paid product for a long time, and I don't know how or if they're going to monetize it now, but that will be free to play. There were no announcements about Diablo 3, which made me sad, but Blizzard says that they are hard at work on Diablo 3, but I've actually heard a couple of rumors here and there that the Diablo 3 base game will kind of go the same way as StarCraft 2 and will be free to play, and then DLC like expansions and classes will be paid content. So we'll see what happens with that. But that is really about it for BlizzCon. We normally go on here and talk about Pirate 101 and what's going on from there, and honestly, there's not much going on. There's still some new stuff from Halloween, from Berthaween, that's available in the Pirate 101 Crown Shop, which leads itself in kind of nicely to our contest. We have been trying to kind of increase the amount that we work with other community blogs, Wizard 101 and Pirate 101 community blogs on our website. We're going to be making sure we have links to a bunch of different active blogs and trying to reach out and be in touch with more of the other community bloggers. And that's just because we like them. We love community blogs. It really is the best way that we can all really share enthusiasm for KI games. So with that in mind, we would like to hear which community blogs you enjoy. So I want you to email us at spiralradio101@gmail.com with the subject blog contest and the name, and if you have it, the URL, of your favorite KI blog or fan site. We all see the KI forums, and we all visit Central, so those really don't count. What I'm looking for here is like blogs that are created and supported by a community member or a small group of community members. So, starting Friday, November 10th, and going through Tuesday, November 14th, we're going to pick 2 entries at random every day, and each one will win a Pirate 101 prize pack. We'll be giving away 1,000, 2,500, and 5,000 crowns, as well as pets, cosmetic items, and Gloomthorn mounts. Prizes will be announced on the Spiral Radio 101 Twitter feed, which is Spiral Radio 101, and winners will be notified via email at approximately 2 p.m. Central each day. When you send in
I just want to step in. It's the people who are writing in the blog names that are entering themselves to win. It's not the people who are writing. They're not nominating people to win prizes. They're writing in so they can be entered for a prize.
Thank you.
Right.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So if you write in and say,
"This here that I want to pick up and the game won't let me."
I'm sorry.
It's sparkly. Yeah, I think maybe because I don't know. I think it's a reagent, and because I'm have it crouching. All right. Now that I've interrupted you, go back to what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So when you do mail into us, do make sure to leave your Wizard 101 or community name with us, and only 1 entry per person, please. Hey, let's give away one more thing. That sounds like a good thing to do. I want to do that.
Okay.
Okay, and Legendary XI, you are going to be the winner of our second prize for the night, which is 2,500 crowns and an Engineer's Visor cosmetic item. All right, so I've made a note of that. I'm going to try and get those codes to you as soon as we're done here, since I'm having a little trouble working with Twitch. But we'll get that done as soon as we're done with the show today, because we are actually just about done. There's not a whole lot else for us to do except to talk about the next time we're going to do this. which is 8:45 p.m. Central on November 15th, right here at twitch.tv/Spiral Radio 101. Although I think next time I might make Chris help me out more in Chrysalis while we're doing the show, because heaven knows I need the help.
I cannot confirm or deny.
All right, if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can reach us at spiralradio101@gmail.com or through our Twitter feed, which is spiralradio101. You can get Christina at her Twitter feed, which is IcyWiz, or mine, which is Spirit Caller. And for those of you who are not at our Twitch TV channel right now, it's twitch.tv/spiralradio101, and that's going to do it for tonight. We are all done, and I'm going to go eat. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Bed.
Are you? Is it bedtime for you?
Sleepy face.
Okay. Well, Icy's going to go
Thanks
and make sleepy face. Everybody. And thanks very much, everyone. You guys have a fantastic evening. Enjoy your weekend. We will talk to y'all later.